Long ago, hidden deep within an uncharted mountain range, there lay a secluded valley unlike any other. Known only in whispered tales, it was called Stillwater Valley, a place of profound beauty and serenity. At its heart was a wide, glassy lake, so still and reflective that even the gentlest breeze could not disturb its surface. The lake was surrounded by towering willow trees whose drooping branches seemed to brush the water with reverence. Beyond them stretched wildflower meadows and soft, mossy paths that seemed to invite wandering feet. The valley was shrouded in a mysterious glow that made it appear as though time itself had slowed. Sunrises there were never hurried. Instead, the light would unfurl gently over the hills, bathing the valley in soft gold. The evenings were equally magical, as fireflies danced in the cool air, mirroring the stars above. Those who had stumbled upon the valley spoke of its power to heal weary hearts, to quiet troubled minds, and to inspire dreams long forgotten. One such seeker was a man named Rowan. Rowan was a storyteller by trade, traveling from village to village, sharing tales of distant lands and heroes of old. But lately he had begun to lose his spark. His stories no longer felt alive. They were hollow echoes of what they once were. The joy he had once found in weaving tales had been replaced by a gnawing emptiness. One evening, after telling his final story to an unenthusiastic crowd, he wandered into the woods, seeking solitude. As the moon rose high, Rowan found himself at the edge of an unfamiliar path. Something about it called to him, a feeling of quiet urgency, as if the path itself were waiting. Without hesitation, he followed it. The journey was long, winding through dense forests and rocky trails. Days turned into weeks, but Rowan pressed on, driven by an unshakable sense of purpose. Along the way, he noticed small signs. A perfectly round pebble glowing faintly in the moonlight, a stream whose gentle current seemed to hum a melody, and finally, a soft breeze carrying the scent of wildflowers. When Rowan entered Stillwater Valley, he was struck speechless. The lake before him was so clear and still that it seemed to hold not just his reflection, but his very soul. The air was imbued with a sense of timelessness, and the world outside the valley felt like a distant memory. Rowan set down his pack and sat by the lake's edge. For hours, he stared at the water, his mind drifting. At first, his thoughts were loud and restless, filled with doubts and regrets. But as the stars began to appear, one by one, the noise faded, replaced by a profound silence. Then something remarkable happened. As Rowan gazed into the water, he saw not just his reflection, but scenes from his own life, moments of joy, sorrow, and wonder. He saw himself as a child, spinning wild tales under a tree. He saw his first audience, their faces lit with awe as he brought his stories to life. And he saw the moment he had stopped believing in his own magic, overwhelmed by the pressures of the world. Tears filled Rowan's eyes, but they were not tears of sadness. The lake seemed to be telling him that his stories had never truly left him. They had simply been waiting, like seeds beneath the soil, ready to bloom again when the time was right. For 7 days and nights, Rowan remained in the valley. By day, he wandered through the meadows, marveling at the delicate balance of life around him. Birds sang melodies he had never heard before, and the wind seemed to carry whispers of forgotten tales. By night, he sat by the lake, weaving new stories from the reflections he saw. These stories were different, gentler, more introspective. They were stories of hope, of resilience, of the beauty found in quiet moments. On the morning of the 8th day, Rowan awoke with a sense of purpose he hadn't felt in years. He knew it was time to leave the valley, though the thought brought a pang of sorrow. Yet, as he packed his belongings, the lake seemed to shimmer with reassurance, as if to say, "You carry this place with you now." When Rowan returned to the world, his stories transformed. Villagers flocked to hear him, drawn not just by his words, but by the deep calm and warmth he radiated. He never spoke of Stillwater Valley, for he knew it was a place one had to discover on their own. But in every story he told, there was a glimmer of the valley's magic, a reminder that stillness and wonder could be found even in the noisiest of lives. Years later, long after Rowan's tales had become legends, travelers continued to speak of a mysterious valley where time stood still and peace reigned. And on quiet nights, when the air was crisp and the stars shone bright, some claimed they could feel a gentle pull, as if the valley were calling, inviting them to step away from the chaos and rediscover the quiet glow within. Stillwater Valley remained hidden, not on any map, but in the hearts of those who needed it most, a place not of escape but of return.